found family. Phone light flags in the night. Upstrokes cut, kick, drum tight. Horns bite. We roast our own, then we toast our own. If you're kind, come in, make this house your home. Spill blood, spill drinks. We learn, we leg, push back, pull close. We bend, don't break. Buttertown, head to head, we got your back. We make our stand. Laugh at the pain, rise with the band. Brothers, sisters, all the fam. Buttertown, doors are wide, open mind. So come inside, clap on two, stomp on four. This is what the song is for. This is what the song is for. Buttertown, forever, together, together. Grab a drink, pull up a seat. Welcome to Buttertown. Buttertown, forever, together, together. Grab a drink, pull up a seat. Welcome to Buttertown.
Things you can think about in your mid-40s, I suppose. But
Do you fear dying alone?
I don't know. I suppose it depends, right?
Do you think there was a time in your life that you felt like
Like I was gonna die alone?
dying alone might not have been the worst thing?
Yeah, like when I think for like a really long time when I was single, like there was like a 10-year stretch where I was single, like from like 30s to 40s. Like 30 to
Right
40-ish.
before Heather, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just kind of I was expecting to just not have somebody. Like I was just kind of accepting the fact that I waited too long and that I probably wasn't going to find anybody. So I don't know. And you live like a different way when you have that. Like you don't collect any moss. Like, you are like the Rolling Stone, like the song. So I don't know, like I think I've collected more rocks and expanded more things to have. And I think there was like an expectation of giving it to somebody.
You mean physical things?
Yeah, like physical things, and I don't know, like to have something to like just pass on, and
Okay.
I just don't think it's gonna happen now. So I don't know. I always wanted to have kids, and I don't think it's gonna happen. And I always wanted to have kids. It just kind of, it's not the life that I got. Just played out this way.
How do you feel about the current political regime wanting to force people
To
to have
kids.
kids?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think women should be able to choose. Like
Right.
the idea that they're not in control of their own bodies. I don't think. I don't see it as murder. I see it as an unborn.
You mean abortion?
Yeah, like abortion. Like it's. I think that there is a point when it becomes. Like there is a point when it's not good. I mean, I don't think people should be able to have an abortion whenever they want. Like at some point,
How come?
to have like once. I think it would be like the quickening. Like before medical science got really big, they just knew you were pregnant and like it was officially a person when it started to kick and they could feel the baby. But like that's so far along the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that is like a person around that point. I don't really know how long it is, but like if it's like the whole first trimester, I don't think it's just a collection of cells.
Okay, so
I don't even like I wouldn't even like say like a heartbeat is even like everything's just still like you got like just because I take like an egg and sugar and flour and throw it in a pan that doesn't make a cake. Like there's all of these things that have to happen. It's got to go in the oven. Like there's all these things that have to happen. But like people are acting like, at what point you're like, well, you got eggs in your hand now. Well, you got flour in your hand now. Like how far do you go back?
it's
Starting this one with abortion. Oh, Jesus Christ. remember upstairs we were like, we're gonna go easier.
We talked for roughly an hour about how we went too hard last time, so we wanted to go easier and lighter.
Yeah, right.
But like, I mean, that's not what happens in life. Life sometimes will.
And here's the thing: like, it's Christian people and it's religious people that are saying all this stuff, right? And I do think a lot of it has to do. I think a lot of the abortion stuff, most of it has to do with people not wanting their kids to go to school with black kids.
Okay, that's a hell of a stretch. Can you?
No, that isn't. That is the reason.
Walk
Yeah.
me around the block.
So when, like, the idea of the pill and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and all of those measures, like, they came around in the 70s, and even like the Catholic Church, they were fine with it. Or maybe not the Catholic Church, but like there wasn't a huge uptick in religious people, and there wasn't like a huge voting bloc against abortion. It wasn't until politicians got people upset about it and talked about it and convinced people that it was bad, that it officially became bad. And a lot of it had to do with segregation, and you were exempt from having your kids go to a mixed race school if it was a religious school.
Oh.
And then there's also the
see where this
upside
is-
of
where this is
having,
going.
there's also the upside of religious institutions don't pay taxes. So like it's a combination of like no taxes and racism.
So, are you a firm believer that if you have the ability to tell me how to live my life, you should be taxed and held to the same standards?
Are you talking about like churches, like
Yeah.
the 501c status? I don't think they should be able to allow. I don't think they should be able to talk about politics, like
I
telling people
agree.
who to vote for. There is a part of me that like think about this. If they have if they gave the Homeland Security $150 billion and they're like the third most powerful army in the world, which they are, isn't that fucking crazy? The Homeland Security is the third most powerful, most well-funded army in the world.
Yep.
What if we gave $150 billion to the IRS? What if we gave $150 billion to the IRS, gave them weapons again like we used to back when they were going after like Al Capone,
Mm.
and just told them to find every fucking dime that's owed?
That's compelling.
It is compelling.
And don't let the loopholes close them. Close the loopholes.
Yeah, if you had $150 billion to go after all the money that was due.
Wouldn't that solve a lot of financial issues that people were voting on Trump to begin with?
Well, I mean, yeah, the thing that's always crazy to me is like, why, like if there's not enough money in the system, why aren't we looking at how to put more money into the system? Like if you're going to tell me I gotta live that lifestyle where I need 2 or 3 jobs to get by, well, fucking to put more money on the table, to make that cash. Okay, government, how do we put more money on the table?
Yep.
When America was great, we had a tax rate of 90% on the highest income earners.
And I love that the argument is always that the immigrants aren't paying the taxes. And
Yeah, dude, they don't make any
that's
money.
Not the fucking truth. Is a lot of them fucking do
Yeah, they pay taxes. They don't get anything back.
to stay fucking under the radar.
Yeah, they don't get any upsides to these things. Like there's no it's always funny how like there's supposed to be this who's funding this deep state? The poor people?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't nobody has any money.
I mean, look,
Like, if you-
it's Occam's razor. That's what it comes down to.
When trickle down economics works and they convinced people that we should give billionaires money because they're much smarter than us. You're like, obviously way smarter. We should give them all the money so they'll give us jobs. And like, dude, that obviously didn't work. Like, look the fuck around, dude. Since like 1980 to now, has America been better due to trickle down economics?
No.
If you like the way the world is, the answer to that's fucking no.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why don't we just make people pay money again? Pay your fucking taxes, dude. Pay your fucking taxes. And I'll tell people that all the time. I'm a fucking veteran and I pay my taxes. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I fought for my country
Yeah.
and I pay my fair share. How come they don't? It's frustrating.
Sorry, taking notes for the home listener.
Yeah, the one listener. By the way, if you're listening to us and we don't know who you are, thank you for listening. Unless you're a MAGA asshole and you're judging me, then
Hey,
oh, no,
to
you know
be
what?
honest,
Actually, yeah, you know what though? They can listen.
exactly.
Yeah.
I will never take away someone's right to listen, to say,
No, that's
to
a good
think,
point.
or to feel
That's
what
a
they
good
want.
point.
It's the moment you start to infringe on someone else's well-being, safety, and or freedom that you become a problem.
Agreed. I stand corrected.
But it's very easy to slip into that mindset.
No, you're right.
I get it. Trust me, I get it.
I have to. Yeah. No, I gotta like check myself every once in a while, and it's good to do that. I am not the monster that they think that I am.
And what was the quote that we read this week? I literally have the page open, and I was going to go to my phone to look for it. The quote that made both you and I kind of stumble for a second and
that
go,
was a good one.
Oof. Oh, fuck. Do I have the wrong group open?
Because this is good podcasting.
At this point, dude, this is just us recording history. It's like don't do violence.
Oh no, the last. It's something like the last ingredient is your violence.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? That one was good.
It was spray painted on the side of a building, and
Oh, it was so good.
fuck it was beautifully said, but also kind of hauntingly.
It is like they literally
future.
like the whole stage is set. They just need violence now, and the thing is, it's violence on anybody's side.
Yes,
It's either violence by us or violence by whoever. And I really got to stop thinking it was left and right when it really is top versus
it's
bottom.
definitely not. To complete their plans, all they need is your violence.
Yeah.
And then my favorite part of this, like that's a great line, right? To complete their plans, all they need is your violence. And underneath it says sold.
Yeah, so
I don't know if it's correlating, but it's poetic as shit.
Yeah. The just, because we treat this as a journal, since we last podcasted, another shooting happened. This one is now at a church. It was a Mormon church in Michigan.
49.
And this time it's a very, very obvious this was a MAGA person. They had like a MAGA shirt that said something about like liberal tears and everything. Like he literally like drove into a school and said this is for
church.
Charlie Kirk, or drove into a church, said this is for Charlie Kirk, and like lit a Mormon church on fire. And what popped into my head when that happened, because I didn't know that there was like this super anti-Mormon thing until Mr. Boersma told me about it. I was writing on my Facebook page,
Yeah.
and he started saying how Mormons aren't Christians. I'm like, I've
Wait,
never
what?
heard this before. And yeah, and then I went over to his Facebook page, and he's even said like he's in an echo chamber. Everybody who disagrees with him is pretty much gone already. Every once in a while, he'll have somebody on his page trying to like put up a fight, but like everybody on there, they all say Mormons aren't Christians. And
Like, what's the argument? What's the
I think what Mr. Boersma said was that because they changed the writing of the Bible, that's like a blasphemy against God.
every Christian has, every
I
sect
know,
of Christianity has.
Yeah, dude. Like there's like so many different sects of
You
Christianity.
want to translate it to English? Guess
Yeah.
what, bitch? A lot of that shit doesn't
Yeah.
translate.
Yeah, I know. Like it's crazy how like the hypocrisy just doesn't really land.
That's kind of like that's the biggest argument that I have when we're dealing with anyone MAGA. And you're right. I don't want to have it left versus right. I don't want to have this argument. It's top versus down, and it fucking should. It fucking should be top versus bottom, because top is pitting left versus right.
Yeah, they're the only ones that benefit out of
They're
this.
the only ones. And it's just wild to think that so many people just get lost in the translation of that idea. But when you're dealing with the right, the alt-right, fuck it, I don't give a shit, the right, hypocrisy is the number one thing that keeps coming through.
They say the exact same thing about us, though.
But that's not grounded on anything. They can say whatever they want.
And they do.
Like you said last time, truth is what you hear and what you take. You can find truth wherever you want. It doesn't matter if it's true. The problem is no, there is a definition of truth. It is not what you hear. It is not how you digest it. It is not how you take it. It is fact verbatim. And if you dissuade a truth, if you can prove a truth otherwise, it is no longer a truth. It is a black or white subject in a world that many things are gray.
Well, I think for the longest time, the left were considered to be the arbiters of what was true because they went to schools. And if you were in universities and you studied and you put in the time, you became knowledgeable on subjects. But like now all of a sudden that is to be knowledgeable and to believe in science is a crime. It is
Yes.
it's a thought crime.
Which is now an EO as of this week.
Terrorist organization?
No, thought crime.
Oh, thought crime's a real thing now?
That got pushed in 2 days ago.
What's the... Oh, my God.
You want me find it for you?
Sure, I think you should. I think.
Yeah, thought crime is now officially a thing. Unlocking cures for pediatric cancer, continuance of certain federal advisory committees, saving TikTok while protecting national security.
Isn't it crazy that like they're like the government's buying up things like China now, and like nobody's batting an eye?
Yeah, that's the problem with me.
Like, how are you guys not?
It's obvious what's happening. I am sick of trying to explain.
They're
this
buying
since last
TikTok.
year.
There's already like a MAGA guy. Like Elon Musk owns Twitter. They just
Yes.
made the move to buy, was it CBS? They already have Fox, and they're still going to complain about liberal media.
Yes. Well,
That is crazy.
because the issue is you need to have an enemy.
There's been
Dumb people are persuaded by anger more than anything else.
they say the exact same thing about us.
Of course they do.
I go to like conservative things, and I go to other people's Facebook pages, and I read everything that we think. They think the exact same thing about us.
Of course. That's fine. They're
just-
wrong. I'm sorry. I'm all for having them
know.
having their opinion. They are being lied to in
They say the exact same thing about us.
Of course they do. Because everything they're scared to be, they project. This is just like the things that you get angry about with other people, the things that I get angry about with other people. Oftentimes, through psychology, we are angry at others for the things that we do, or the things that we portray, or the things that we are. If you don't like greed, chances are
You're a greedy person?
you might have greedy tendencies that you're embarrassed about.
Well, then by that logic, there are a lot of people on the left that complain about greed. Are you saying that the people on the left are greedy?
And I am not at any point in this argument saying
just,
this is totality. I'm saying that often cases, psychology has taught us that the things that we dislike about others,
They're projecting.
we are projecting upon.
I've heard it where like cheaters accuse other people of cheating.
Yes,
I have heard that.
because we often will project what we dislike. So,
Or if that's the way that you think the world works. Like, I do think it's funny how, like, there are lots of people in the GOP where, like, it comes to find out that they're, like, super gay, and they think that it's just, you know, their Bible tells them that it's a choice, and they're like, I just totally want wieners in my butt and my mouth.
why
and
does
it's like,
Grindr? Why do all
Why does
Grindr
Grindr-
servers shut down when
Do you
the
think that's
GOP
real?
They've given the fucking data. Grindr releases the data because
That's
they think it's
crazy.
hilarious.
Oh man, I watched a video where some guy said that he was like he'd either gone on dates or he had done something with Mike Johnson on Grindr, and that if Mike Johnson like doesn't sign in the whatever guy or the lady who won the special election in Arizona, he's gonna
Yes.
release his Grindr page. We'll see if that happens. Like,
Well, that's like the anonymous bullshit.
oh yeah, they'll always like release something then, fuck faces.
See, here's where I have a little bit of hope. If you've ever watched any of the anonymous announcement videos, all of them have like a certain look or a candor to their speech, right? Like a certain kind of like pattern and way they make stuff.
It seems all bullshit.
It can
if
be.
something actually is real,
It
then
totally
something would
can.
happen.
It totally can be.
I think Anonymous was real 10 years ago.
Yeah, so this is exactly where I'm getting. if you watch all their old videos, everything seemed almost uniform. Okay, there were a lot of uniform aspects to it, but every video I've seen of the past year has been haphazard. It's been in different kinds of backgrounds. They've had different kind of vocoder voice modulations. They have different effects going on the face. Like everything seems very trying to copy, but not trying to be verbatim. And that's one of the things you taught me fucking decades ago, was if you're going to make fun of something, copy it verbatim. Like, don't try to be clever. Like when I did that piece of art that I don't want to talk about on the show, after Luigi Mangione got caught, and I changed colors around, and you're like, no, it doesn't work. Stick with the original colors, or it's not going to truly matter. And I didn't like that. I didn't like hearing that, because I always think, well, if you get the context, here's the additional context on top of it to make that extra level of snarky. But you're right, is I don't think people would get it.
Yeah, McDonald's never changes its colors for a reason.
Yeah. So we can't make fun of McDonald's without actually looking at what they're doing and not rewording it, but just shifting the camera to a different angle.
Yeah.
You know, that's what parody is, right? Like you don't make fun of it so much, you let it make fun of itself.
Have you ever heard of ad blockers?
Like the app, the software?
No, ad blockers is the name of so when I took a power, it was like a power and media class
Okay.
for grad school for my thesis. And ad blockers it used to be a newspaper where people would take famous advertising things and they turn it on its head and make it more anti-capitalism. And ad blockers is really neat. I don't know if you if you look it up, there's an entire.
I can't find it, but I'm going to keep looking for it.
Yeah, just look up ad blockers media.
I just did.
And it doesn't exist on there?
No, because everything is coming up for ad blockers from websites, and cause that's a pretty fucking.
Hold on.
That's a pretty prevalent word choice. By the way,
you're right.
There are states right now that are going to be making VPNs illegal. Texas is looking at it, and Michigan is looking at making VPNs illegal.
Why? Oh, is that because of porn?
Well, see, it never was about porn, though. It's about control. A lot of these adult sites, they're not making the sites illegal in the States. And that's what a lot of people, I think, are getting wrong. You can still get on any adult porn site you want in any state you're in. But you have to scan in your photo ID. You got to scan in your driver's license. And that's a breach of privacy. By the way, YouTube just did this for creators this week. They just launched the driver's license thing. So
what do they have to do?
If you want to keep creating, they'll slowly get it to everyone. But
Is this to get rid of bots, though?
No, because that would be advantageous. Who owns YouTube?
People with money.
Google.
Oh, yeah.
Who owns Google?
People with money.
Who are
Money people.
kneeling to the government. They were the very first ones to change Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of whatever they wanted to call it that week. They were the first ones. So I wholeheartedly suggest everyone is off of Google. I don't use it anymore. I still use Chrome, which I fucking shouldn't. But I use DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, DuckDuckGo is better.
I've been using Tor more often. Tor is people know it for that's the way you can get onto the dark web, which again we've talked about it before. The dark web is not what everyone thinks it is. Not to say that shit doesn't exist, because it very much does. But the internet's about to become a completely regulated space.
Like it is in China.
Like it is in China. It will get there. Soon.
If you had all the money in the world, two questions. Well, three questions.
How would you make it?
No. First question would be, would you leave the country now? Second question is, where would you go? Third question is, why?
It's a heavy question.
Oh, no, I guess, no, the fourth question would be, when would you leave?
Okay. My knee-jerk reaction would say yes. You would. What's all the money? That's a pretty arbitrarily large.
Money is not an option.
If it's not an option, then I'm already part of the ruling class anyway.
Just play along with the fucking game.
Fair enough. If it wasn't about money, but all things were taken care of for me, i.e., I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'd go?
I would.
When would you go?
Sooner than later.
Where would you go?
Knee-jerk reaction would be Europe.
Europe?
Northern Europe,
Northern Europe?
Switzerland, Sweden. A more predominantly English-friendly country,
Uh-huh.
so I could survive at least more comfortably. But I think the way America's going to get, I think comfortability is not going to be a concern.
There's going to be a government shutdown that's going to occur in like about 6 hours.
I hope so. I hope it does.
I'm mad at myself because I don't have like the full passport. I only have the passport card. So I can go to like Mexico and Canada, but I can't go like international,
Okay.
which makes me upset.
Why don't you have a passport?
At the time, it was like a money issue. I just didn't have the money. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be traveling out of the country anytime soon. So it wasn't like really an issue to me. And the reason I got the card is because I would go to Quetico for my boundary water, like not boundary water trips, but like my Canada camping trips.
Yeah, the camping.
And that was really the only need for it. It seemed like at the time, it was like, man, like the card seems way smarter than the passport. That's all that I need. It was like $160 less at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I went to get it, it was 2000. Shit, it was like 2016. So like at the time, I really didn't have any money.
Yeah,
at that
right,
time.
right. I mean, it would have been void next year in anyway if you had got it in 2016. Passport's only good for 10 years.
Oh shit! I gotta look at my card then.
You got to get on your fucking.
Oof. Oh boy.
Okay.
No, I thought it was 15 years. 15
Ooh,
years.
No, it is not. It is 10.
The car is the.
No, I don't know about the card. I thought the card was every 3 or 5.
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
The license.
The passport card.
Okay, sorry, I don't know that one. Passport, the thing to go international, is 10 years.
I thought mine was.
I just had to
mine
do
was,
it.
Oh, when I got mine the first time, I was 15 years, and that was back in 2002.
All the more reason.
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
I'd say anyone listening to this, if anyone is, update your shit.
Yeah, update your shit.
Get it before you won't be allowed to anymore. We were talking about that
Yeah, I know.
4 months ago
I know.
about Canada being closed.
Yeah.
Would you? Same question.
I've talked to Heather about moving. She's worried. She's like, she don't want to leave the cats, and she doesn't want to leave her family. And I'm worried about my ma.
But all the money,
If I had all the money, then I could move people.
you take everyone with
Yeah.
you. Which is part of my rule that I didn't say is I would take my loved ones with me.
There's like a part of me that doesn't.
Found family.
Yeah. There's a part of me that says, "Fuck that!" Like I fought for my country. Why do I gotta go? There's that. That's definitely
Well,
there.
That's my number one feeling. Please,
but-
sorry, I'm talking over you.
But yeah, I just like America's just not that great. Like I would want to go somewhere that actually has healthcare. I would want to go somewhere where, like, going on vacation is considered a faux pas. Now, where I work is not that way. I love my job is awesome. I really, really enjoy my job. They're super cool with vacation. They're super cool with making it easy for you to do your job well. I absolutely adore where I work right now. So this isn't against them at all. But if I were to move, I'm nervous about what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, and like Northern Europe worries me. So I have actually thought about like East or West Australia was like a place that I had thought about. for one, I've always wanted to go to Australia.
You've had a kinship for that for a long time.
I've wanted to go there for a really long time. It never happened. I wanted it to. But I've looked into like getting licensure and everything with architecture in other countries, and there's like a transfer, a thing that you can do to go through Australia. I just like getting Heather to move would be very hard. We had talked about like doing things through my Croatian heritage.
You had talked to me about that, yeah. Because you have like dual citizenship if you want it, right?
Yeah, I just have to go through the process of getting it. But then I just saw something recently. The current administration is saying like if people have dual passports, they want you to choose. Like they want it when they're getting rid of dual citizenship, or I'm sorry, when they're getting rid of birthright citizenship, they are saying something that if people have both, you have to only have one. And that was just this morning that I saw that, and it's like, holy shit, dude.
I think we should just call the show Red Flag.
Red Flag?
Yeah, like how many red flags can we find in the news
Red
today?
Flag is an awesome podcast name. Does that exist already?
Oh, more than likely.
Red Flag. Come on. Red Flag Podcast.
Dude, like we were talking upstairs about having like, we want to have the enjoyable conversations and we want to have the real conversations. As much as I've enjoyed the comedy over the years, I enjoy these talks way more because I can bullshit with other people and be humorous. Granted, I don't have that level with anyone else on the planet that you and I have, or that I have with you, to be able to like
read each other's minds in a weird way.
Yeah.
my wife picks it up. Your wife picks it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
they know to just get out of the way.
Yeah. The fire's coming. Just let it burn through.
Yeah.
It'll be over quick.
Yeah, just keep your hands away from their mouths.
But like as much as I thoroughly enjoy that, I don't have someone to talk to about politics that isn't like more intelligent than I. And I don't mean to talk down about anyone about that, but it's like every time you're the only one who calls me on my shit about when I post something in the group and you're like, where's the source? And I go, fuck, you're right. I was knee-jerking reaction. I'm sorry. I'll pull that back.
Well, when it comes to the group, do you feel like we're burning out the group by talking about it in there?
I think if that's an issue, then I love you guys a lot, but I'll back out of the group. Because if that's a concern that you're being burnt out by this, I'm not putting my energy into.
Well, I mean,
to that.
I don't post. I try not to post. Like, I'll see something that if I think it's big,
Yeah,
like the Charlie Kirk shooting,
yeah.
that's gonna go in there. If I see other people posting about something, like today, I think I posted something about the general, like the general ass chewing powwow that they had, the commander's call, with Hegseth and Trump today.
I love that Trump slid his dick into that meeting. Because he was afraid that someone was going to have more attention than him.
Dude, I think I've met and chatted with like base commanders before, and those dudes and gals have no fucking time or patience. I can't imagine them giving one squirt of piss about a guy who had a squad for a little while, and then became a commentator on Fox News. And having the fucking gall to have 800 like commanders have to just like fly around the world to all show up for a half-hour meeting,
and to stop what they were doing.
Like, dude, like those guys and gals are so fucking busy, dude. They are so busy. They got so much shit going on, and like they have to drop everything and like all of their knowledge and everything just in case anything happens, because there's all like this operational security and all that shit that's going on, like have to be transferred over to somebody else, and they got to pick up and go. And now you're going to do that at every command on the fucking planet. The balls to, and all that it was like a minor ass chewing, like telling people to like make sure they're within the weight standards and shave. Like, dude, what?
I didn't see that.
What the fuck, dude?
Is that what was released? Is that the news that was released?
Hegseth was like, it was essentially an ass chewing by Hegseth, and saying how they want to go back to a warrior ethos and how
Oh,
he
I
wants
saw
it to
that
be.
part. Yeah.
And he wants it. It's, dude. It's like if an E3 all of a sudden became in charge of everybody. That's essentially what it sounded like. And anybody who that makes sense to, yes, that's exactly what it sounded like. It's like the little guy trying to like chew everybody's ass. He was like a little guy, but also got to remember, Hitler was called the Little Corporal. They all called Hitler Little Corporal. And, well, we know how that goes. And then with Trump, like he even like noticed, like when he walked in the room, it's super quiet. Nobody was really cheering. He got little chuckles, but that's, just because he's talking. But like nobody respects that dude.
You've seen those meetings though, right? Where he
They
has
all-
people go around the table and tell him how amazing he is.
Oh, God, it's so, dude, like straight up North Korea shit.
Yeah.
Tell me how big your American penis is.
Yeah.
Remember that from South Park?
Yeah, season 3.
Oh, your American penis is so, big.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, I think that was like the first step towards kicking people out. Trump said, if I don't like somebody, I'm going to kick them out. That's what I sent to you guys.
He said, yeah, I saw that quote.
Yeah. And that didn't happen. You could tell he was a chicken shit. He was scared to be in that room.
Why did he back out of Chicago?
He's not. He's sending 100 federal troops here.
Yeah. But he's chicken shit.
No, dude. He's doing exactly. He's sending he's leaving federal troops every place he goes,
Yeah.
and he's gonna hopscotch all across America and have
Right.
federal troops everywhere.
He's a coward.
He is a coward.
The entire administration are cowards.
They are.
They're weak and powerless.
They are.
So they're not paying attention to what is legal, and they're just saying, "No, I'm not going to do that."
They're fascists.
That's not
This is
power.
fascism.
That's ignorance. It's slobbery, and it's sloppy.
This is fascism.
Yeah.
And I think it's like people like want to tiptoe around whether it's fascism or
No,
not.
it's fascism.
Like fascism was fascism in the 1920s. It was fascism in the 1930s, and it was fascism in the 1940s. It's just like if you distill fascism and it sticks around long enough, fucking people die like in the millions.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna call it fascism now.
Yes.
And I don't care if it makes people feel uncomfortable.
Oh, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
If you are uncomfortable with hearing the news that is happening, you can be upset. You can be angry.
Yeah.
You
Look
can-
at the shit on the walls of
but
the
you shouldn't
Holocaust
be-
Museum.
You should not be fucking caught off guard.
Yeah, dude. Look, like, read the books that were left behind by people.
By the way,
Listen to the people.
yeah. Sorry, the Holocaust Museum shook me when I saw that photo of like, this is fascism.
Like the early signs of fascism. Yeah, that's America right now. It's America. That's been America for a while.
Yeah, I know.
But like, it's really, and it's only going to get worse.
And it's only going to get worse. And the problem that I see is that the people who are coming away from the right, who are seeing like, oh, there's a problem, they still have those talking points where the indoctrination, brainwashing talking points. Well, it's, they're both sides are the problem. It's like, well, hold on, you're missing the point here.
And they're not. They're
It's-
not the same.
Correct. But you're missing the fucking point is like, stop arguing and start looking forward. One, you should know what's coming.
And
If you
look at the
don't, you're
breadcrumbs. Look at the breadcrumbs left to us by the past.
done. Right.
They like, dude, when they said never forget and it made no fucking sense, it should fucking make sense now.
Yeah, it does.
I thought it was the silliest thing. Why would anybody say never forget?
Because
why would you say
why-
that?
Why would you forget?
How could you ever forget this? Now I fucking get it. So yeah.
I watched a movie this week called The Long Walk.
Oh yeah, I wanted to watch that. That's a Stephen King movie. Also, they said about fascism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really on the nose.
Really?
Yeah. It's better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it looked good.
Andy read the short story and she really liked it.
Stephen King short stories are the shit.
They are. The problem is when he makes them into fucking novels, because he will have
You mean into
500
movies?
pages of good story and then 3 pages of why.
Oh, the
The proverbial he's a pie and you're a lamp and that's the end of the story and it doesn't make sense. Thank you.
So everything always leads back to the turtle the intergalactic
But-
turtle in the sky.
but
That's the Stephen King universe, though.
I get that, but it doesn't. If it did, I would be more in tune with it.
Well, but that is what it is. Like there is in the Stephen King universe, there is
I know the flying turtle through the galaxy,
and it's there's an intergalactic turtle.
So
That's
how
like
does that
is-
tie into the Stand?
So it's not the turtle is was the good, and then there's just he simplifies everything to just pure good and pure evil.
Yeah, I
and,
get that.
and there is a definite good and there's a definite bad. There's really no gray areas with evilness in the Stephen King universe.
Which is kind of odd, but easy.
But that's the
archetypes.
way, and I remember, not Tolkien, George R. R. Martin, like, always remarked how jealous he was that Stephen King could write so quickly. And he can. That dude can fart out books like nobody's business. But it's because they're simple stories.
They're black and white ABC.
They are
Yeah.
super black and white. And like what George R. R. Martin is doing is very hard. Like he writes completely in gray, and it's really hard to write in gray.
Yeah,
But that is
God, that's a
because-
good way of saying that. Holy shit, that's a really nice.
But Stephen
Statement.
King, like, he has like this like weird, like a primordial good and evil thing in all of the stories, Derry and Castle Rock and all those things, the walking disease, all that stuff. That's all has to do with the very, very good and the very, very evil. It's all black and white. So with that story though,
Yeah, The Long Walk.
is the long walk, is there any sort of like sort of tie to that? Is there a not like an intergalactic thing, but like a metaphysical thing to it?
No, it's very cut and dry, which
Yeah.
I kind of liked it because while there is an archetypal antagonist that we follow, he's not the fucking. Sorry, I'm gonna try and not swear so much because I listened to the last episode. I swear a lot. He was like the archetypal villain who, yes, he was the antagonist. He antagonized the protagonist, but he wasn't the source of it. He wasn't the protein of the meal. You know, he was the amuse bouche on top that everyone could see and recognize, and he was the general, the one who like stood up and said, "I'm in charge," and blah blah. But they never saw, they never noticed, they never talked about even the political hierarchy. And to me, that screamed that they're the problem, but they're so much the problem that no one identifies them as the problem. And that was really compelling. Like there's all these things going on in the movie that aren't ever talked about, but you kind of just,
Is this movie like a big metaphor?
it wildly is so. And I thought the ending was beautiful, and I heard a lot of people complain about it. It's like, well, it doesn't make sense. It's like, yeah, it
All right,
very much did.
I want to watch it.
Yeah, I won't give anything away. I mean, it's extremely foreseeable. It's not a big mystery, but it's the kind of like A Long Walk. It's the journey that makes the difference. It's the one foot in front of the other to doom. And that's what's beautiful about it. Is it's like, you know, each step is
That there's going to be one
leading
last
to
step.
die. Is
Yeah.
there's one less step. And like that is the overall metaphor that I see. And like the further you walk metaphorically, the more your mind opens to what America really is. The thing I like most about it, aesthetically, was that you don't really know what time period it is. And I really love that.
Like it could be 1930s.
So they said after we lost the war. And that's it. It was 19 years after they lost the war. And some of the outfits look 60s, 70s, perhaps 50s. You can't really tell.
Interesting.
And I love that. I really love when time period is innocuous, when you can't tell.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite reasons that I love Evil Dead so much, is because that movie is so, I have no idea what time period it could take place in. That could be 1950s up. You know, like it's not about the placement of time in correlation with your own identity as the watcher, but rather as this is a story that will stand the test of time, much like the authoritarian fascism that we're seeing now is nothing new. It is not a modern age concern.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but it's a story that has been told before.
It's just a different face on the same evil shit from Derry.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a clown face on the spider that has never gone away.
Yeah. But shows up every 18 years or so.
80.
Yeah.
Sorry. Gotta throw that fourth turning that you hate so much in there.
Speaking of dairy, I finished a TV show.
A gallon of milk.
No, Dairy Girls. I watched
You
Dairy
did
Girls.
not, did you?
Yeah, I watched Dairy Girls with Heather.
I love Dairy Girls. I have not
fucking-
finished it yet.
It's so good. It's so short. How can you can finish it in a day, I
I'm
feel.
scared to.
Why?
Because the show is so good.
It ended very well.
Did it?
Yeah.
All right. So I've been putting it off. I'm like 3 episodes away from the ending.
Ah! Yeah, you're like right there.
But like, I don't want it to end because if it ends, that story's done.
I read about it. The writer very much so wanted it to parallel the Troubles and wanted it to be tied to that and wanted to definitively have an ending. Because I always wondered if there's going to be like a season 4 or anything, but there's no reason to. Like it ended exactly how it should have.
Okay.
It's
okay.
good. I love the short endings. Just finish it, dude. Last episode is long. FYI, it's not a 20-minute one. It's
Okay.
That one's like it's almost an hour. The last one.
I did complain about that in the beginning about how short the episodes were because I've been, trained to these hour-long episodes. But like at the end of each episode, you're like, that was a lot. Hold on, I need a breather.
Dude, I love the Nun. The Nun is amazing. Sister Michael.
I love her. I love her to death. She's like everything that I'd want and wish on my worst enemy at the same time.
So if you're on the third episode,
third to last.
Third to last. Did you see the one of the parents? The time cut with the parents.
No,
That's gonna be the next one then. Oh yeah, it's good. It's good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I have a lot of shows that I just haven't finished.
Haven't finished. Did you ever finish Mr. Robot? That's another like short and sweet one.
And I need to rewatch them all because I watched them kind of sporadically here and there, and I did myself a disservice by doing that instead of just like powering through it all at once.
That one's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, because it was so damn good, I couldn't pay attention from one week to the next. So
that one is worth watching it all over again.
I'm going to because I know it ended and
without how it ended, and then watching it again because I think that one's a masterpiece.
I teach one of the episodes in that. I just picked an episode at random, and I teach that episode in my editing class as like one of the most perfect examples of screen direction.
Interesting.
And I just watched
you
it.
Grab any of them?
I just grabbed a single episode. I had no idea what I was going into.
They're all incredible.
And exactly. Because I remember watching that show with my mouth open.
Yeah.
Like the production, like the actual design of the show is amazing. The first thing I ever loved about that show was the names of the episodes.
Because they're named like files.
They're named like video files.
Yeah.
And that caught me so off guard how clever that was.
It is super clever.
Sorry, I keep cutting you off, but like
okay.
that show is so damn good.
The movie that we've gone into next is Ozark.
There's a movie?
The TV show Ozark.
Oh, is there a movie on it, or
Was
are you
there
just
a-
talking about the show?
The show.
Oh, okay.
Did I say
bad.
movie?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the show.
Sometimes they do like a end of season movie.
Yeah. Did you watch that?
I watched 2 seasons. I think Andy has watched all of them.
It's short. It's only 4, I believe.
Yeah.
And there's only like 10 apiece ish.
I can't be around bad people that
Oh,
often.
it does seem like a lot of bad people.
Like Sons of Anarchy. I couldn't finish Sons of Anarchy because it was just too much negativity.
There was when like they did Sopranos. Sopranos was really cool because it was nice and lethargic.
I disagree with that one. So yeah, that's
Well,
fun.
I mean, but that was the first one of like watching bad people do bad things.
I
And it's
actually
like,
agree.
Fuck, this is kind of cool.
yeah.
But yeah, it does just keep going. It helps to identify with them being bad. I think because they made Tony Soprano like an imperfect character, where he had like mental health problems and people just had mental health problems, like that helped you identify with it. I think with like Walter White, because he was a dude who had issues with our health healthcare system in America. People were able to identify with him a lot. They're like, I would totally have a meth empire because screw the healthcare system.
And the show was a slow burn. If they would have jumped, like most shows, the pilot, you know where the entire show is going to go by the end of the first episode. And almost any show that it's like that on, where at the end of the first episode, we're like, oh, I know exactly who all these characters are and how they're going to fit and like where the story's going to go. I'm out. I don't care about that show anymore. Breaking Bad had me questioning the entire time.
Yeah, that ends with him in his under pointing a gun down the road, and I'm like, holy shit,
dude.
Ozark was that way too, though.
Was it
Ozark,
really?
Dude, the first season or the first episode of Ozark reminded me very much of like how crazy
that I get. Yes,
so much is going on in the first episode, so much. And I'm like, all right, I'm in. This thing's really cool.
The color will often throw me off of a show or solidify my feelings on it. Like the show House, the first episode, the color grading of like the actual like the colors they used in the show, I couldn't watch it. It made me sick. Same with season 1 of AP Bio. I hate the color grading of season 1, but they fixed it in season 2. But Ozarks is like that too. The color grading is just
it looks very drab.
They do it very much on purpose. You don't do that to just do it. I assumed House was done the same way to make you feel uneasy in a hospital setting.
I mean,
it hurts my eyes.
I see it with Ozark, but it makes sense in Ozark.
Yeah, of course.
With House, I don't know if I remember that, but like I didn't like House a lot.
No, I didn't either.
I think like they're clever shows that you can just watch. You could watch it in any order, and I don't think it even matters. And to me, because there's no real story to it, like it's a doctor who saves the universe at the end of every episode.
Yeah,
I don't really give a shit.
They're episodic. It's not systematic. I'm forgetting the name of it. It's like my biggest pet peeve with television. It's the procedural, a procedural show. This is like the law shows, the cop shows, the firefighting shows, the hospital shows, where it's all like a disease of the week, an enemy of the week, and then we'll sprinkle in about 2 minutes of actual story that connects this episode to the next one. And then everything else is just like, well, how do we fight this mad bomber before 44 minutes is up? Because that, 44 minutes is plus TV commercials, because we can't write anything more than that. We can't have creative freedom to actually tell a story. We have to write within the advertising space.
It is clever when it's clever when one of those shows that you think is procedural is not procedural at all.
Give me an example.
Venture Brothers.
Venture
Brothers, when you get towards towards the end of the first season, you're like, all right, what the fuck did I watch? And holy shit, that was amazing.
Yeah.
And when you get to the third season and you're like, everything matters. None of this is nonsense. Every fucking strand is real. And you're like, this is the most beautifully strewn together tapestry I've ever seen in my life. And I never finished that. And I was so upset about it.
I haven't either. Do you want a drink?
No, I'm good. I do. I'll probably grab one upstairs.
And I'll talk.
I want to keep talking about Venture Brothers as soon as I get back down.
Okay, I think Venture Brothers is a great bridge story to what I'm going to talk about right now, which is obviously not a time filler, but the show Community by Dan Harmon. I think Community was one of those shows that started as a throwaway sitcom, and I don't mean throwaway as in like a garbage one, but like a sitcom that, could have been told 100 different ways. And what they did decide to do was give the love of creation, the love of fan culture, and the love of how things are written and how things are made. And then they made that into the show itself, which I thought is hands down the best part of that show, is that it's so not even on the nose, but it's tongue in cheek, because, they're constantly referencing storytelling. They're constantly referencing production value. They're constantly referencing like inside jokes that if you don't get it, it still might be cute, but if you get it, it's this whole other level of completion. And I think Community was one of those shows where it's like season 1 was, I don't want to say basic, but by the time you got to season 2, it was like, okay, now we have a complete story of what we're going to see. Obviously, nowhere near the level of Venture Brothers.
But Community was really well put together. I think the gaslight episodes or the gas episodes. What I think was
Season
really,
3.
Season 3. What I think was really clever with Community, and I didn't realize until I watched the final of all of them. Before we watched Dairy Girls, we finished 30 Rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so with 30 Rock, I came to realize like every single one of those shows had intros and topics and themes and characters from every single one of those shows. So Parks and Rec, Office, 30 Rock, and Community, maybe not Community as much. They all were intertwined. That was like an entire universe at like one time in TV, and it
was the same time period. Yeah,
it was the same time period. They all happened like in the same block, and they all had something to do with each other. And it's, to me, like, I think that really was like a high watermark in television when they did that, because I don't know if they've ever done anything where like all the shows loosely were kind of important and part of like a weird same universe, all for completely different shows.
I would
though.
love to do a Universal series, multiple series, where, I mean, that's kind of what Marvel is, but Marvel is dependent upon the same formula over and over, where they had the ability to go off and try and do new shit, and they just kept failing it without giving it proper care. Marvel could have been very interesting, but something like a Tarantino TV block.
And I was thinking it was like the Gilliam. It was more like a thematic
Yes.
trilogy,
Yeah.
like the Terry Gilliam's. What was that called? Like the Imagination.
Oh shit! It was like the arc, it was about childhood, middle age, and then death.
Yeah, it was like a thematic trilogy.
Yeah.
And this is like it was almost maybe like
By
thematic.
the way, Brazil.
It was
Time Bandits, Brazil, and then Baron Munchausen.
Yeah. But it wasn't a theme, but it was like a character, situational, and God, I feel like there was like something else, but there was something that like really tied all those shows together.
I would
It was
like.
interesting.
I mean, there's got to be some theory out there, right, that ties shit together, because I think when the theories work well, they're really compelling. Like I've talked about this before, but the movie The Rock, the
How
Michael
it was
Bay
part
film,
of- yeah,
it was supposed to be like a James Bond
which
movie,
I think is awesome.
which makes the movie epically more cool.
Well, I wonder. It's interesting that. So that was all NBC, right? NBC was all those shows.
Oh, dude,
okay.
I don't know.
I think it was NBC, but
sorry.
So we were talking about this before. Kenneth has ties to Lost. Like Kenneth at the end, that the fact that he lives forever. I feel like he was an angel, or he was I remember he said like the mom said he was just some sort of vessel, but like he's like the idea of television. Like he was the network itself.
Yes, that's what I got out of it.
He was the network itself because he kept quoting other things and was talking about old people. It was quoting Lost all the time.
Yes.
What was it? Damn you, Jacob! They're still on our side.
Yep.
Yeah, and I feel like there was ties from Kenneth to other parts of like maybe the other shows. It was really
That'd
fun.
be interesting. I think Kenneth was more about the embodiment of storytelling, where it's like you've seen American Gods, or at least you know what it is, right?
I read the book.
Okay. So, by the way, one of the very few books not nearly as good as the show. I hated the book.
The book.
Oh,
yeah.
I
like
enjoyed the book up to a certain point. Then I watched the show and I was like, is that what this is about?
Dude, the book, like the second act of that book.
Thank you. As soon as Shadow goes into his whole like,
Yeah.
that's when it lost me. So anyway,
Bob's
the
probably
show,
gonna lose his mind if he's listening to this. He's probably pissed.
no, and that's
Because-
wonderful that he likes it. Like there's a
Well, that
fandom
writer
for
is-
everything.
Yeah.
Don't yuck someone's yum, but
Yeah.
it wasn't for me. But the show I thought was beautiful.
I should finish the show.
Oh man, so nice. But the idea of that the gods evolved over time, like the new gods came into
I
being.
love the New Gods, and I would totally watch a New Gods show.
But so you take that into Kenneth, right? Kenneth is the god of storytelling.
I think he was the god of NBC.
See, I think it was way deeper than that.
I don't.
Because they brought up quite a few things that he was old. Like, he was around for the Civil War. He's mentioned that a couple times. And the first time I was like, oh, it's a throwaway joke. And then they mentioned it again, and I was like, wait a minute. And that got me thinking. They mentioned one thing on there that he was ageless. Like, oh, Kenneth, you're ageless. And he goes, only if you knew. And I was like, oh, so he's a god of something. And I'm not saying a god isn't omnipotent or powerful, but just like a watcher from the Marvel universe, right? They're just there.
I remember I read one of the books that I read for my thesis was about about the histories and the revolutions of media. And they talked, and it was really interesting in the way that they did it. And it goes all the way from like Gutenberg all the way forward. And like you can tie, like NBC was tied to the radio show, which was tied to,
because that goes back to Marconi when he first started that shit.
But I wonder, like, if you tied NBC back and like did the whole history of NBC and where it came from, if it had ties all the way that far back.
So like whoever started NBC, whatever they had before that, and like where it actually originated from, not just the name NBC.
Yeah, I wonder if he's like, oh, okay. I wonder if he's like the Forrest Gump of NBC. A forever living Forrest Gump who just kind of interacted with the
like
history.
All the key points.
Yeah, because like he was hanging out with Shirley Temple and all these other guys, and remember the old guys, and he met them when he was younger and everything. I think he was the Forrest Gump of NBC, and he was also a daggone talking like this.
Well, what do you and I always say? You blend in the more you stand out. Like the jesters of Half-Hearted Headache, the clowns were the assassins. They were the ones doing the actual dirty work of the world.
And hiding in plain sight.
And they're hiding in plain sight.
Yeah. So, Venture Brothers. To go back to that.
I am not as well versed as this as you,
okay,
so please.
So Venture Brothers is awesome. The Doc Hammer and something. They were the original writers for the TV show The Tick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that makes so much sense now. God, that's a lot of correlation. Just
yeah.
me at once.
And like when you see, because it was a bunch of superheroes and everything, and it was like a whole world that kind of existed but didn't exist. Yeah. All the jokes and everything. Dude, I would love to get a hold of like the whole Tick series. I love the Tick series.
Okay.
The Tick was the shit. I loved it so much. Spoon!
Did you ever watch the live action one? There were two live action ones.
I saw the one with the guy that everybody with Waterburton.
Yeah.
I watched that one, and I watched I want to say the first 3 or 4 episodes, and then I don't know, life happened, and I ended up not finishing it.
I feel bad, but I think the Warburton was the Fox one, and that was the one that sucked. There's one that came out on Amazon that is spot on. They actually you can tell they're.
It was
fans of
originally a
comics.
comic.
Yeah, you can tell they're fans of the comic book.
Yeah, and that one was he was in an insane asylum.
Yeah. When I used to work at Tower Records, we used to get these postcards. They're just hundreds of postcards, right? You just take them. And there was this one that I thought was the best. It was the Tick being interviewed, and the newscaster was like, oh fuck, where is it? So oh my God,
I feel like
good podcasting.
There was a lot of you're just sitting there stumbling over your words. There's a lot of the jokes and the idea of what a goofy superhero universe would be that I thought of when we were doing the comic back in high school,
which I still have. It's upstairs.
I would love to get a hold of that.
I have it,
or scan it or whatever.
Here it is. You can't destroy the earth. That's where I keep all my stuff.
That's where I keep all my stuff.
I love that line.
Yeah. Anyway, those guys wrote the Tick, and they're the ones that wrote
Doc Hammer. I thought it was Doc Savage.
Doc Savage? No, Doc Hammer.
Doc Hammer is an American voice actor, musician, writer. Okay.
Anyway, they did
I'm sorry.
Oh, what is it? They did Venture Brothers. Venture Brothers. When you watch the first season and the way that it ends, you're like, this was incredible. That's really good. And then by the time you get to the third season, you're like, holy shit, everything ties together. But the problem is they took like a year or two in between seasons,
Right.
because they drew it. They actually drew it all, and did everything themselves. Two guys did everything.
Was it hand drawn or was it?
It was hand drawn.
Was it hand drawn modeled?
Ooh, that I don't know. But the fact that it was just two guys, I remember thinking that and being like, Gene, I could do this. This would be amazing. I would love to be able to do this.
You could.
If you could ever find anything where they allow you to go 2 years in between seasons, it sucked. You lost so much momentum. And then when they ended up having the writer's strike, it ended up being like years in between seasons.
I do remember that.
And then I think it was in between like I want to say in between like the 6th and 7th season, where it was just years. Years had gone by, and I never got to finish the last season. And then they ended up doing a movie like Something is the Heart of the Baboon, something like that, which was a reference to some other guys that were in the show. I just never finished it. And I think it's woven so much, it would be impossible for me to like watch the last season and to watch the movie. It would make absolutely no sense. Or it would be a waste. I'd have to watch the whole thing over again.
Agreed. Like you couldn't just start up where you left off. It wouldn't have the emotional impact.
Yeah, but I would totally. Right now, I'm watching Peacemaker. Peacemaker is like my one time, like my Friday morning. I watch Peacemaker.
Oh, it's fucking great.
I love it. It's so good.
Have you watched Twisted Metal?
No, it looked dumb, and I didn't
Yes,
want to watch
it did look dumb.
Is it not dumb?
It's amazing.
You're shitting me.
Yeah.
They had like the clown guy, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is so stupid.
Done by Will Arnett, by the way.
What?
Yeah. The show is really good. And I watched the trailer for it when it first dropped 2 years ago.
dumb.
And it looked boring. It looked so and I'm just so despondent from seeing like celebrity names. Like when I see a celebrity name, I'm like, I don't care. You're not enticing me to watch anything. I want story. I want character. I want true art.
And this has it.
And it's so good.
I would have never guessed.
I've
that.
watched season 1 twice. It is ridiculous amounts of fun. And I will say the opening scene of episode 1, if that doesn't fit your fancy, cool, you're out. That's fine.
I mean, you definitely got me. You kept trying to get me to watch Peacemaker. And you're like, I think John would like this. Yes,
Just the opening theme song, man.
I love it.
Like that's the only show I will not. Well, no, I'm sorry. There's like 4 or 5 shows that I won't skip the opening theme song on.
And it's always the same. But I just like watching everybody
beautiful.
dance.
Yeah, and it's all like stone faced.
Yeah. I think I remember like seeing something where they like showed them how to do it one time and then they just did it. I don't think it's very well.
That would be amazing.
They just kind of fake choreographed it. I thought I remember reading that.
That would amplify the level of zero complexity.
Yes.
Like if you planned that and practiced that to the T, I don't think it would have the emotional impact. It's a lot like that's the polar opposite of the Stanley Kubrick effect, you know? I'm going to make you do this shot 127 times.
You got to do
because
this
I
once.
want you fucking insane.
Yeah. Shelley Long.
Well, he also made an intern, or not an intern, but a PA do the book that Jack was writing, or Jack Nicholson was writing.
We had to type
by
it out.
hand. None of those are copies. Every single page is
typed
original.
out?
Yes. And I've watched the documentary about
Why
it.
would he do that?
Because what you see is like page
was it
1, page 2.
all fun and
page-
no play makes Jack a dull boy.
And then after you get to like page 80 or 100, it is weird because you start going insane. Do you ever try to mow the lawn every day? Do you mow the same angle every day? I'm not every day, but like I mow my lawn twice a week. I would go ape shit if I mowed my lawn the same way twice in a week.
When I'm
Last time, I went like this.
just doing whatever.
I just went all over and just made sure I got most of it.
I do it 2 different ways, and that's it.
Yeah, I get bored.
When I was young, my dad would punish us with weird religious punishments.
All right. Talk about good transitions. Welcome to the club, guys.
I would have to do weird religious transitions. So when
Jesus Christ,
my dad,
Muhammad.
I know my dad would make me write the 10 Commandments hundreds of times.
I've never heard this.
No, yeah, he would make me. I would have to write out the 10 Commandments by hand on paper hundreds of times.
Do you still know them? Like,
No.
is that like
No,
muscle memory?
no. So the way I would do it, God, and it's so weird. The way I would do it was, I started to write it out, like the whole sentence, like thou shalt not.
I'm very interested in this.
Yeah, thou shalt, like, I don't know. It's like I don't remember them. At first I started writing them out, where it was just like the whole sentence at a time.
Yeah.
But my whatever weird brain was just like, if I just do the first word
Yes.
of every
Yes.
sentence, so I would be like, okay, I got to do this 100 times. So I would just write thou, and I'd write that 100 times over like 10 pages. And then the next one I go shall. And like you could see it, and what you said, like it gets crazier as you go. It just ended up being like super crazy writing. You could tell that it was written in list form and not like a cross. But I don't know. I guess the whole point was my dad, and I never remembered any of them.
Because you didn't do it to learn them.
I did
You
it
did
just
it-
because, yeah.
you were told
yeah, it was
to.
procedural.
That is not a way to harvest a
But
love for
that's-
something.
But that's how my dad wanted to punish me with weird religious punishments. I had to do that, and I'd have to kneel on a broomstick and hold like bags of, like, I'd have to hold books and kneel on a broomstick. And it hurt.
So I've done the writing shit before for school.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing you did. I did a list, and then I get bored, and you start doing diagonal, and you
Yeah.
go back in and fill those in.
Yep.
But I never said it like the word. I never said like thou. I would write it for one word, and I would just look up, and I would mimic the strokes. So as you were going on, you weren't thinking words anymore.
Yep.
You were thinking patterns,
Yeah.
which makes me wonder if my pattern shit. But kneeling on brooms,
And a kneel on a broomstick,
which is
and I'd have
torture.
I'd have to hold books. And then
do
when
you remember the books?
no.
Was it Farewell to Arms?
Da-da-da-da-da-da. And my dad would make, like, I would be crying because it would hurt, and my dad would be like, I had to hold buckets of water. You have it easy.
So that's why he did it.
Yeah.
He did it to
He did it-
show power.
Well, he did it. He was being easy on me by only having to hold books
No.
when he had to do it with buckets of
No,
water.
he did it because he was powerless in his days,
And he was doing it to me.
and he was doing it to you because that's the only way he felt power.
I don't know. I don't think he did that to my brothers. I think I was the only one who had to kneel on the broomstick
Really?
and write out stuff.
How
I-
often?
I don't think he did it to
this
Jeff.
happen?
There was like a really long string from like, I want to say like early 90s. Early 90s was like really weird. My dad got like a weird religious phase.
Really?
I had to call him sir all the time. And
He demanded this.
yeah, he demanded it. That was really weird. And like, yeah. And then there was like a divergence. I don't know. I just like kind of lost respect for him.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Dude,
so-
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
That don't cast that off. That shit lingers in you.
No, obviously not, because I totally forgot about it until we were just talking about it. My brain just kind of buried it somewhere.
Just because your brain forgets it doesn't mean it's not traumatic.
We can talk
Often
about
the opposite.
We can talk about MAGA.
Oh, a new subject.
Yeah, yeah, right. So when I recently read this, people are writing about this now, but when I read and they thought they were free, this was one of the opening titles of that.
Yeah.
Where a big reason why they thought that fascism was able to take such an easy hold in Germany was because of the types of punishments that people would get and the way that they were raised. It was like a very, very strict, very punishment heavy
Oh,
upbringing that they had,
okay.
and how like, you know, like if you were bad, you deserved to be bad, and only bad people got the punishments and stuff like that. And they feel like that was a huge reason why fascism was able to take a hold. And people are comparing that to now, and it's, you know, it's the boomer generation, a lot of Gen X generation of the people that are glomming onto it. People like you and I who had to, I don't know, I mean, writing out shit's not as bad, but like, you know, the kneeling on upper rooms and shit like that.
Being indoctrinated that you deserve that.
Yeah, you deserve to be punished. And that people who get punished,
that they're bad.
Yeah, that they're bad.
Not even like, it's not that you had a problem. It's not that you messed up. It's that you are bad.
Yeah, like
that
you're an
shit
actual
is
evil person.
Damaging.
Yeah. So, but like, how long has that been going on? I have no idea.
Forever. But this is why like psychology is such a great thing, and therapy is such a great thing. That you start to realize, holy crap. So I talked to my therapist today.
Yeah.
She literally said something that I had never considered, and it's such a weird thing.
Is this considered a breakthrough?
No. I think a breakthrough would be something where it's like, oh, I finally get it. But this is more like okay, perfect example of what the concept of what I'm saying is. So 3 or 4 years ago, I was having toaster strudels upstairs. You remember those?
Yeah.
The Pop-Tarts, but they're,
You
frozen.
had to squeeze the stuff on
exactly.
them. I always hated those because I was like, I don't want to do this extra work when Pop-Tarts come with the
taste so much
frosting on them already.
That's
I would
does
just
the work for me.
I would just eat them regularly, and then I would suck on the other stuff
Yeah,
later.
dude. Hell yeah, I get that. So I can't tell you how weird of a feeling this is, and I'm wondering if you'll get this. Out of anyone I know, I'm wondering if you actually will. When you eat them, oh no, is everything okay? Like that's more important.
Yeah.
Especially with the scare we had earlier.
Yeah, no, we're fine.
And please know that I'm not trying to be funny when I'm saying this. Like this shit hit me real hard. It's funny afterwards. But,
Toaster strudels.
so you got toaster strudels in a box, right? They come with 6 in a box. And forever, I thought you can have 2 of those because then you have 4 left. And when you have those 4, you can have 2 more because then there's 2 left. So the next time you have, now you have 2. Now, if you're really hungry, you can have 3. But the next time, you have to have 3. Or if you're really hungry, you can have 4. And the next time you can have 2. And I got to the freezer and I thought, I just want 1. And my brain says, no, you can't. You have to have 2, 3, or 4 because the next time you have to finish them off. And then I said, that's dumb. I can just have 1 if I want to.
Food things are weird.
But it wasn't food. It was the idea that I had created a rule in my head at some point for no reason other than the fact that I created the rule. And
Interesting.
the realization shook me. And that's when I started to like piece together other things in my life. Yay, toaster strudels. But like literally, like I could just have 1 pop. I don't have to have 2 or 3 lined up. I don't have to have I'm hungry. I'm a fat kid, so I'm gonna go to McDonald's and get the most chicken nuggets they have. No, I can get the 4-piece, which, truth be told, was never even an option in my mind ever.
That's because you're hungry.
Yeah, but 4 can do me just fine. I'm pretty happy with that.
You do fine now, but like, do you remember how voracious it was to be a teenage boy?
I do, but
your head still says like, I eat like a teenage boy.
Right. My head said I've created these rules over the years, and it's not that I want that. It's that like everything else kind of blurs out that it doesn't exist. That is the only thing on the menu is the 50-piece. There is nothing else. I'll look at them. I'll see 6, 8, 12, and my brain goes, I don't know what those numbers are. Maybe I want a burger instead. Like I can't understand, or I couldn't, that you could have less than what you're told to have.
My brain would there'd be like a 6, 8, 10, or a 20-piece, and it's like obviously I'm going to have the 20-piece because I have to have the biggest one.
And you don't. And it's not just about the size, but it's about the fact that your brain is telling you something that you're just like, there's no other option.
Well, I mean, you got to remember, like, we're related to the Vikings that said, I'm going to eat everything. If I don't, I'm going to die. Because those people, the ones that didn't eat, they didn't have kids.
They died.
They died, yeah.
But I think also we grew up in the 80s where things were abundant. Things were maximized for capitalism. Of course you want the most because it's the most you can have. You can have more.
Well, I think sugar makes you crave.
Yes.
Which is like when I was losing weight and everything, and I realized like shit, like when I get sugar out of my diet, I could go days without eating food.
Totally. I get that.
If you can go a week without eating any sugar, or 2 weeks, if you can go 2 weeks without eating any additional sugar, you just stop craving food altogether. It's bananas.
And the diet pop counts as sugar.
Yeah.
Even though it's not
Yep.
in there.
Yeah,
That
you
shit
can't-
hooks you right back
no
in.
honey, no sweetener, no nothing.
no fruit.
No fruit.
It's tough.
Yeah, you remove all sugar, and your brain just says like,
Yeah. That noise right there.
yeah.
What is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, and then the crazy thing is that food tastes different after that.
It does.
Everything tastes better.
I disagree with that. I never got to the point
Oh,
where
my
it's
God.
like, this is okay. It's always like, I remember what bread tastes like, and this isn't it.
Okay, so shit food is not going to taste great. That
Okay, fair
crap white bread is not going to taste great. But like if you eat like a strawberry after you haven't had a fucking any sugar in you, and you're like, this fucking is incredible.
I'm on that page.
This
I
is
get
the
it.
sweetest and best thing ever. And it tastes way better than any packet of sugar.
Yeah, concurred, 100%. And it'll taste better than any other strawberry you have after that either.
And even like umami. Oh my God, dude. That is my real jam. I love that shit. Everything tastes so good. You just got to get that stuff out of your system. But like when you live in a society, when you were raised in the 80s and like there was an entire multi-billion-dollar industry based off of cartoons just to get you to eat cereal.
Dude, a day of the week was dedicated to commercials to make you eat cereal.
Do you remember how big the cereal aisle used to be?
I know how big it is now.
Nowhere near as big as it was.
See, I'm
in the
willing to
80s.
doubt that because I shop at Woodman's. It's 2 aisles.
Oh, okay, 2 aisles is it was 2 aisles when I was young.
Okay.
I shop at Jewel. They don't have 2 aisles of cereal.
Jewel's selection is really, really thin and overpriced. I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's close to
bills.
home. I get that. I totally get that. But I love Woodman's. The only thing I didn't like about them was the whole like you can only use Discover or a debit card. But then I was like, oh, they're trying to keep their prices justifiable, and that's awesome. You know, they take care of their employees. So, only thing I don't like about them is that they do vote MAGA.
Yeah. Do you try and stay away from that stuff?
I've been trying so hard. There's a great app called Goods Unite Us.
Yeah.
It'll tell you who they vote for and who they give money to.
Yeah. Like when it comes to like Ace or
Ace Hardware is MAGA.
Ace Hardware's mega.
Every
all of
hardware
them
store.
are. Yeah. Ace and Menards. are the
Menards,
highest.
Home Depot, and Lowe's are all
Yeah, but I
really
think-
heavy red.
But Ace and Menards I think are like 80% or 80 or 90%. Whereas like Lowe's and Menards or Menards and Home Depot
Home Depot's really high.
is it?
Yeah,
Then maybe
I
Lowe's.
can show it to you right now.
Well,
if you want.
there was something I looked up. It was like a 40-60 split.
Oh,
And
Okay.
I thought Home Depot and Lowe's were 40-60 and Ace and Menards were 90%, 90-10.
I mean,
Yeah, they give money to both sides.
right. Oh, I gotta update it. I haven't used it in a week.
I haven't shopped at Target in
We won't.
not since last year.
Nope, and I will never again. And I think that's where a lot of like if I just put home deportation.
Yeah.
Ain't that about a bitch?
Yeah, it's all sticking to the brain.
But-
I just dropped Disney.
So Home Depot is 662, 38.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I dropped Disney recently because of
What's the fucking Home Depot
Roe
logo?
versus Wade.
Is that what that is? It's
I
anti-Roe.
I have no idea.
Who was Roe in the original argument? Who
I
was
don't
on the
remember.
side of good? Who was the Luke Skywalker?
I have no idea. I don't remember. I dropped Disney recently.
Yeah,
And
which-
I kind of,
let's bring that up.
I don't know. Like at this point, I'd rather. I've told people and I've written on Facebook often. Like I would rather not be writing about this stuff. I would rather just be writing about Star Wars. And like I remember
Yeah.
seeing like fuck, like Disney's like siding with a fucking fascist,
Yep.
which makes sense because
Of course
Disney
they
was
are.
a fucking Nazi, like an actual Nazi.
The actual
Yeah, an actual Nazi.
ties.
But they sided with them, and it's like fuck. Well, now I'm gonna have to drop that.
Roe was on the good side, by the way.
Okay.
So fuck Home Depot.
Oh fuck Home Depot.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
So yeah, I try not to. I try and vote with my dollar because that's really what America really is.
And if
voting with
we've
your
seen
dollar.
it this past week, that shit will work.
Yeah, what was it? It was like $100 billion. It was not a little bit. It was a lot of
They
money.
projected at least $1 billion or $2 billion loss.
I thought it was way more than that.
It might have been. They actually lost 1.3 million.
And they buckled off of that.
No,
Good.
No. They buckled off the projection.
Good.
Yes, and this is where I think things will tie because, like it or not, corporations run this country. Prove it to me otherwise.
So earlier in the year, especially when like Elon Musk was going ape shit and all the people that was standing behind Trump when he was inaugurated on January 20th,
Meta,
I would say
Google.
I'd say it was oligarchs were fighting corporations on who was going to run the country.
Yeah.
And I still don't know which one is which. I think the corporations put in the money. And corporations have been putting in the money since the 70s
Thank
and
you.
are fighting the oligarchs on who's going to actually run the country. I think the oligarchs want what Russia has. The corporations want it to be them
Yeah. Right.
because they've spent the time and money, and the oligarchs are swooping in.
Yeah.
At least that's how I'm seeing
the
it.
tech bros.
The tech bros.
Yeah. But to me, that's still corporations. Like these people who like OpenAI to me is still a
But they're not.
corporation.
They're people. Like Zuckerberg is a guy
I
who
really
does
wouldn't
stuff.
consider them people.
Well, yeah. I mean, like Elon Musk is his own person. He's the richest. He's going to be the first trillionaire, most
Yeah.
likely. Actually, somebody just beat him out. I don't think he's the richest person in the world anymore. I have no idea.
It's hard to even care because
They're living gods.
yeah, and I don't bow to gods.
They could kill you and I, and nobody would ever know.
Yeah,
They're just
I'm
fucking
okay.
okay.
I'm okay.
I'm
I've made
not okay
peace,
with that.
dude. I've made like
I don't want to be killed by some fucking
Oh
asshole.
no, I don't want to be either. But like I know this isn't it. I'm not religious, but I know there's other shit.
I told you I'm gonna go back in time and I'm going to dress up as Boba Fett.
Yeah,
I just want you to know that
it's okay.
that shit's happening. I'm gonna make that happen.
Dude, I had really weird shit happen to me this week. And I hate the word weird because it's no longer weird. Now it's like soul soothing. You know what candle magic is?
I think we talked about this a little bit.
But yeah. So like all religions have some type of candle magic, right? So I've been following candle magic rituals, but it all comes down to intent more than doctrine. So different color candles mean different color, different aspects. And I have a green candle upstairs that I carved my intentions into. And I woke up at 2 a.m. because I lit it right before I went to sleep about midnight. And I woke up at 2 a.m. and it was still going. And it was like perfect timing. You know how like when you wake up like 10 seconds before your alarm? And you, like me, I never get angry about that. I just go, oh, that's awesome.
It's weird how your brain knows.
Yeah. So literally I woke up and I looked at the candle and I watched the letter on the side of the candle burn open. And it burned the actual letter completely open. And I watched it as like the wax just started to pour out. And it was like the perfect moment of time that I woke up, I looked at it for like 10 seconds, and then it started to open on the side of the candle. It was really cool. And I've been having like really, really dynamic dreams lately. And I'm starting to understand that other people are too. And I'm understanding what those dreams are meaning to them more. Like there's a lot more to life than we give credit for.
Okay. Like what?
Like you're not alone. Like people, energy we're all fucking connected, dude. And that's like, you know, the shamanesque bullshit. They're like, oh, you know, we're all connected, blah, blah. But we are. Our energies are connected. You know, like you hear stories about people who like get these weird feelings and they just know something's wrong. And that's not always the case outwardly. Like we call up those people and like, are you okay? I just had like a bad dream or a bad feeling. Are you okay? They're like, yeah, I'm fine. But that doesn't mean shit's not going on with them. That doesn't mean like they're not going through their own trauma that they're not talking about. You know, we're connected for reasons. What those reasons are, I don't know. And I'll never claim to know, but I think it's fucking beautiful. Like you are one of the closest people in my life. I don't do this for fame. I don't do this for hope that it'll take off. I do this because I want to hang out with you.
Yeah. And also to make people happy.
Yeah,
hopefully.
no, definitely, because it's all about the connection.
Yeah.
But like, if we were to do like, well, we have to get together with everyone and we have to sit down and we have to do this. It's like, well, that shit never happens.
It will be though.
And I'm excited for it. Right after my fucking wedding, dude. I'm all about it. But yeah, I think I do this for us. I do this for me. I do this for the fucking joy of this. I love this. Editing takes its toll on me.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Do you regret going into a profession of something that you enjoy doing, and does it ruin it for you?
Not a single day. The problem is I'm having a giant mental block when it comes to work. I will do everything in the beginning. I'll do the production. I'll sit down. I'll plan everything out, and I can't finish. I can't finish the edits. I don't know why.
Is it because you're not happy with the work?
No, I mean, there's a couple. We have the
Are you
one
letting-
commercial we did last year. It was so good.
But are you letting like perfect get in the way of done?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get over that hurdle. I know my motto for this past year is done is better than perfect. Whether that motto is sunk in yet or not, or I gotta
Nothing's
go kneel on
perfect.
some fucking brooms.
Nothing's perfect. Practice makes better.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way of saying it. I don't want to be perfect. I don't want to be done. I just want to be better.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I go off on this too much. I don't talk about it with too many people.
No, that's why we're doing this, right?
Yeah. The tarot card shit is hitting home pretty heavy too.
Yeah.
Powerful readings, man. Not powerful as in like, oh, life-changing, but just like, holy shit, like it's just connecting.
Do you feel like it's making or breaking your day?
No, not at all.
Is it like an interesting thing that you do?
You know what it feels like? It feels like, you know how like when you sit down on the edge of your bed or sit down on your deck or something alone and you just go like, I'm alive, and like you kind of just realize it for a second. You just like get this moment of clarity where you look up at the stars or look at your lawn or look at your wife or just look at something. You just go, holy shit, I'm alive.
It's been a long time since that's happened to me.
I'm having that every night now. And it feels like someone's grabbing my shoulder and giving that to me. Like literally physically grabbing my shoulder. I feel it all the fucking time. This chill run down my spine. I feel the fucking hand on my back. And it's just this clarity moment of just like, okay, I can see. That's it. It's not making, it's not breaking, and it's not deciding a goddamn thing for me. It's just this moment of, holy shit, this is great. Even if it's not the best of news, it's still wonderful to know that there's connection.
Even if you get doom things?
I've never gotten a doom thing.
I thought you said that you've seen doom things.
Not with my reads.
No. If you got doom things, would you be worried?
No. Because that's the way it's going. We're here for a I'm not saying like God, we're here for a reason. I'm saying like you and I are here in this position for a reason. I'm not saying fate. I'm saying we're doing this to soothe our own soul. We're doing this to communicate, to talk with each other, and hopefully fucking brighten someone else's day.
Yeah.
But we're also doing it because it's fucking fun.
Yeah.
You know, but we are in wherever anything is happening, that's where we are, and that's like the dumbest, most hippie shit, but it's absolutely true.
Do you want to do a podcast at the Los Dudes reunion?
Sure. Oh my God, yeah.
What would you have to do to make that happen?
Yeah. How many people are going to be there?
You, me.
Just end it there.
No. You and me. It'll be Pez,
Yeah.
his wife,
Yeah.
my wife, Bob, Kiona, Fredo, Nick, probably Bella,
I love hearing all
Tommy.
these names in one place.
Tommy. I don't know if Tommy's family's coming. 10-ish.
Andy said she can't.
Yeah, I think I remember you saying that. It'd just be you. And Heather's going to be there probably around the same time as you.
So the question is, how? You and I struggle when there's 3.
Well, I'd say, what if we broke it up?
Okay.
What if we broke it up where you and I did the podcast and we just had people on? What if we interviewed people?
Oh, that'd be interesting. Like one at a time.
Yeah, we just do it one at a time.
That would be cool.
You and I, and then we could just bust out the episodes.
I mean, would that feel shitty to everyone else though?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
At least I don't think so.
My hope would be for people to enjoy it, but
It's not like we wouldn't be able to hang out with them. We would be able to gobble up their time. It would almost be.
That's my concern.
But everybody else would be hanging out. So if everybody was hanging out and we did like half hour a person, and everybody just kind of goes in
for
at
those
whatever
who
time,
want to do it.
for those who want to do it, I think it'd be an interesting thing. Not only because this has not happened
Ever?
in probably it's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a very long time since all these people, because Fredo's always hasn't been able to make it.
Exactly.
So we're gonna have everybody there.
Because Bob's come in, but Fredo wasn't here.
Yeah, the last time.
Yeah. Last 2 times.
The last 2 times. So I think it'd be neat if people wanted to, it would just be us talking and we just record. And the other reason I'd say that is for just because, what were we saying? It's a journal. It's like a journal. So we'd be able to like kind of like nab a time.
Yeah.
Get people's like thoughts on whatever. And like they can get their heebie-jeebies out. I know everybody kind of always feels nervous and they're like, well, I don't know what I'd say and I feel dumb. And you don't realize we're dumb. We have no idea what we're doing.
That shit does go away very quick. Whenever we've had anyone on.
Yeah, when you realize it's just, you're just talking and it is being mindful of where your face is compared to your mic.
That's it.
And that's it. Yeah.
That's really.
and I think we'd be able to pull that off. The last time I was at Pez's cabin was a very long time ago, like right after. Oh man, it was like right after I got out of the military, and I remember like just drinking booze and wine on this beach and trying to bust a wine bottle with my hand on the beach because somebody taught me how to bust the bottom part of it out, and I was trying to do it with a wine bottle. It didn't work, but I tried. I hurt my hand. Yeah,
I tried it once, and I'm like, that hurts. This is not a hobby I'd like to get into.
I know, right? So I don't remember what the inside looks like. I think I'm gonna bring my tent. I'm gonna bring my tent because I don't know what it's gonna look like on the inside. If there's room inside, cool. If there isn't, I'll have a place outside.
That's a good point.
I have all the gear to stay outside. It's not like it's gonna be like super cold, which would be great if it was super cold. But
no, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
It'll be a week from Friday. It's gonna happen sooner than you think, homie.
Well, because I got the fucking convention the week after that. That like no offense to the reunion or anything, but that's what I've been basing all my time off of. Is like that's when shit's gonna like hit the fan for the new business, because that's when we're announcing it for the first time, and like,
well, hopefully
that's a
this
lot of
is
stress.
What do you want to do with your reunion?
I'd like to see people.
Just see people.
I don't want an agenda.
I think I would like to, if people are into it, I would like to grill. Just burgers or hot dogs or whatever. We don't have to do
Simple.
steaks or anything. Yeah, we just go simple.
Unless it's something that you find love with. If that's a love language that you like cooking for, which I think you've done in the past.
I love grilling.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that Pez has a grill there, but like it'd be just as easy as just like stopping over at the store and just picking up some Bubba burgers.
Phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah,
That's,
I love Bubba
that's my
burgers.
choice of burger.
I prefer not frozen burgers and just having like unthawed patties.
I've
is my
never
favorite.
tasted the difference.
I can.
But yeah, your taste bud structure. We've talked about this
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
So just like something simple. Be cool. If we were just chatting, I think there was some discussions of doing like D&D or something like easily put together. Like
One shot would be smart.
Like a little one shot quest. I think I've asked you about it and I've asked Nick about it. But I haven't pushed. Like if this is something that somebody wanted to do it, they can.
To be honest, I forgot about it. When Bob came in, was it last time? I made a one shot D20 modern. I have no idea where it's at. I went hunting for it. I mean, I
think that would be fun.
We could do it basic. Like Nick knows enough about D20 to lawyer me enough.
Yeah.
To rule lawyer.
And that's if anybody wants to do it.
Yeah. I mean, there's not going to be anyone anti role playing this time.
No. Oh yeah. Or not playing the game,
dude.
Heather
I saw Bob's face. That hurt when like we brought it up when he was here, and like I was ready to go, dude. I made like little miniatures. I made maps. I did everything. I was so fucking stoked about it. And I remember Bob took me aside and he goes, "No, Cheryl can't do it." And I was like, "Cool, she can go in the other room."
Right.
It's like, I made this for you, dude.
Yeah, that sucks.
And dude, if I could find it, I know for a fact I was having a bad day a couple weeks after that, and I threw everything away, like all the paper shit.
Yeah.
But I know I still have the digital somewhere. I have no fucking clue where it's at. But yeah, like the whole idea was like it's modern day. No one has special skills or anything like that. They're normal fucking people. It's the stuff you get along the way that gives you your pluses and minuses.
I think it would be fun if it was us and plus a special thing that we have. And I think it would be funny if we all agreed on what our it was. Yeah, I think it'd be funny if we got to agree on what our special power was.
Let's rock.
But it has to be stupid. It's got to be like a stupid thing. Like for sure, mine would be I would get red lights as I approach them. Like obstacles arrive in my way, almost like the exact opposite of Ganesh, where obstacles are removed. Mine would be obstacles show up when I'm there. So
okay.
Red lights, doors
That's fun.
close, elevator doors close.
One of my favorite characters I ever played with, I played with a deck of cards. Like I made the cards, and they're all like completely random Joker type cards. Like anything can happen, right? Every decision that I had to make in the game, I had to pull a card, and the cards decided my decisions. And it was pure chaos, and I never had more fun with a character, because you had to get out of it. You had to figure it out. Like, and it's like it can totally fuck up everyone's night. And I felt bad about that, but it's like I like that. I like the chaos element. You know, my favorite part of any role-playing game are the negatives.
Yes, that's my favorite part.
The fallbacks, the things that make you a worse character. That's the shit that invigorates me.
Yeah.
Because how do you fight against it or lean into it? I like leaning into it more.
So maybe we could just wing it.
We could. There's a system called Wushu, which is not good for us. It's basically the crazier shit you do, that's how you get points. That's really it. There's another system called the Atomic Highway, which everything is based on D6s. So you don't have to have different kinds of dice. It's just D6. And then all your skills are based on having 5 D6s. So if you are perfect at something, you have 5 D6s. If you are dog shit at it, you have 1. And then you roll against points. And it's pretty ridiculously easy concept. So you don't have to worry about D20 plus this, plus armor, plus blah, blah. It's, it's just literally D6 and that's
So who would be DM?
You would need a DM. You
So
would,
somebody would have to take
Yeah.
a knee.
well, I mean, if it's a one shot, if it's my one shot, and I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to do it. I have way too much other shit I had to do right now. But if I, as a person, were in control of the story, like not just, sorry, I shot yesterday, my legs are cramping. If I was in charge of how the story went, I would be more apt to want to DM. So I always think that everyone thinks like me. So if that's the kind of thing that would entice someone else to be like, hey, you can control the story. You can write the story from scratch. Create your own rules. Like, that would be more enticing. I always like being the game master in any scenario than the game player.
But it would be fun if you played.
But I am playing in that respect.
You piece of shit. You're playing with your underling people. You're playing with our lives.
I always viewed it as giving someone a good time. Like creating a world that they can play in.
I can see that.
And I love the idea of someone arguing with me about something.
And be like, this is why you're wrong.
Yeah.
'Cause I've invented this.
Yeah. And then just argue it. Debate it. Like, prove it to me.
Oh, okay. I like that. That's the part I would like.
Yeah.
Is to argue the thing.
Argue theory. Argue physics. If you can justify it, why shouldn't you be? The DMs who don't allow that are the ones who make a shitty experience for everyone. If you follow the rules verbatim, you're not doing a service to your players.
Yeah. Rules are made to be broken.
Rules are made to be broken once you realize how it affects.
Yeah.
So if it affects someone negatively, that's fucked up. Everyone at that table should have a good time. And a good time still consists of failing, but how do you get out of that fail?
Yeah.
How do you get better from it? How do you enjoy that fail?
If there wasn't a that type of game being played, if it was like a different game,
Like a pre-designed, like a board game or something?
yeah.
Okay.
Was there anything that you would think would be fun?
For a lot of people,
10 people, possibly.
okay, so most of the games that I would know and that I love can't facilitate that much people. You would look into more party games at that point. You can do the standard werewolf. That's a nice icebreaker. Werewolf is there's different rules, but
Is
basically,
this a board game?
well, it's a game you can play anywhere, like without anything.
Okay.
You just get in a circle, and people take cards or straws, right? Like you pull straws, and whoever has the straw, like
Is the
the colored
werewolf?
one, is the werewolf. And typically there's two werewolves, right? Depending on how big the crowd is. And then there's other people in the group too, like the law enforcement, the priest, and then there's other like the secret cult members and shit like that. And everyone can do something to someone else. And then the goal of the werewolves is
But you don't know
but
what
you
anybody
don't
else
know.
is.
Correct. And you have to like figure it
This
out.
is similar. There's a game that I have called The Drunken Sailor. Where like it's very similar to this.
I mean, the game's been done to death and
Yeah.
back, yeah.
But mine, it was a drawing game. But it didn't have all the different, all the other things. It was like there was only one person who had
Yeah.
the secret thing.
And
Drunken Sailor is where if you're the drunken sailor, you don't know what everybody else is drawing, but everybody else has to draw. Everybody knows there's one thing that you have to draw, and everybody draws part of it.
Okay.
But you have to draw just a little bit, and everybody has to say who the drunken sailor is.
Interesting.
And you have to pretend to know what you're drawing. And if the drunken sailor can find out what everybody else is drawing, they get extra points.
Oh. That seems like fun.
But that's another take on the everybody has a secret. What was the one game? Oh, and it has like the astronauts with the multiple colors. That reminds me of that too.
Oh, the one where the sus game.
Yeah. What is that?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I mean,
And
know what
then
you're
everybody
talking
has to vote on who's the
about. Yeah,
bad guy.
yeah.
I would
Imposter. Who's the
imposter?
imposter? Yeah.
Yeah. I would watch videos of people playing those imposter games.
I get it.
Super fun.
There's a game called Resistance that can take up a good amount of people.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
Is this also something that's just done with like dice?
No,
or-
that one's done with cards. That has like I have it.
What was the first one that you were talking about? The werewolf one?
Werewolf?
Is that cards?
You can, or you literally you can just look it up online and like draw the cards out. Like you don't have to buy anything. It's basic as shit. I'm trying to think like what other part. I mean, I got like trivia games and shit like that, but
Yeah.
people tend to get bored of that shit pretty quick.
I like trivia games, but
But in a group setting,
in a group setting, sometimes it depends on what people's likes and dislikes are.
Mm-hmm.
Trivia games, I think, are great for bars.
yeah, not the same.
But not
scenario.
for like people I haven't seen in years.
That's it.
yeah.
Whereas a role playing game could be fun with that because you don't spend the entire time in the game. You go back and forth, but there's always like this ongoing thing. Party games tend to get stale after a while because you're like, oh no, we have to play this next round instead of we get to. So that's why I've always seen it. Parties and shit. The party games tend to fail easier.
Yeah. I would say bring something just in case.
Sure.
It doesn't seem like it'd be too hard.
Sure.
I'll probably have some stuff just in case. I got to see what I have. Would you be able to bring things to record?
Yeah, so what I was getting at when I was asking how many people was like what type of setup we would need.
I would say what we did with Hilda. Just 3.
Yeah, but my idea is the gear. I'm not bringing all this shit. It's way too fucking convoluted to find tables and stuff. And
Yeah.
but I could bring table mics. Just have the mic shoot up at the face.
I think 3 works.
I can do 3 because I have 3. Anything
Okay.
more than that's a problem.
Okay.
And also the recorder only will take 3.
It would be the longest podcast that we have ever done. Because we would be
Or
sitting
we
down.
do one per episode, and then we have.
Well,
can
that's
actually
actually what I was
space them
thinking.
out.
We would be able to space them out. We'd be able to do all the episodes. Yeah,
Speaking-
we'd have episodes to the end of the year, which I'm totally cool with.
Yeah, I am too.
But yeah, we would.
But that
If
also
we did an hour a person, you
that
and I would
negates
probably
time,
do.
though.
We'd have like a 9-hour podcast.
Yeah, but an hour a person means you're also negating the time of spending with other people.
But you're spending it with everybody
That's true if they want to.
if they want to.
In a group setting,
Yes.
you are not.
Yes. Well, yeah, I guess it would depend on who wants to be in the podcast. I don't think everybody would want to be in the podcast.
No, I wouldn't think so. But maybe we focus on the people who aren't local
Yes.
because I would love to have Pez come over.
I'm sure. Well,
He's close.
Pez also might want to be in the podcast.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like if we can focus on the people who are distant,
Oh, just
who
them
don't
first.
have the ability to.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would love to have Pez over. I'd love to have Nick over. I'd love to have someone who can keep the volume in check because cleaning these audio is fucking hard.
Yeah.
That's to you, Nick. I love you. Your ass is loud as shit.
Well, now you're going to give him a complex. He's not going to want to do it now.
I fucking hope so.
He doesn't listen to these things anyway. Nobody listens to these podcasts. I don't even know how we do this.
But yeah, I would love to have Pez over. I think he would be a lot of fun. I think anyway. I think anytime we have a guest over would be amazing. I love talking with you, but I like the dynamic of having someone else
Hey,
too.
it was fun. Her story was incredible.
And you don't see it coming until you start digging a little bit.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh shit, there's a lot more layers to this.
Yeah, yeah.
I think everyone has a story like that.
For sure.
You know, just because it's not the same as someone else's doesn't make it any less powerful or emotional or meaningful. Everyone has a good story. And on that note, listeners, what's your story? What do you hope your story to be moving forward in America? What about you, John? What do you hope your story is moving forward?
God, I hope I have one.
Open the fridge, it was destiny, Sunny D, and that purple stuff looking at me. Crystal Pepsi in my veins, bagel bites whispering sweet pizza pain. Jello jiggling neon bright, push pop staining my soul all night. Sipping nectar cooler like a bar. candy, lipstick, tongue turns blue. Dunkaroos, my inner shrine. I'd sell my soul for one more bite in time. Forget your macros, save your breath. I was raised on artificial death and loved it more than anyone should. It's not food, it's childhood. Purple stuff, I want it back. The glow, the gruff, bagel bites at 3 a.m. made me believe in dreams again. Purple stuff, a symphony of crunch and puff. Call me junk food's final boss, covered in sugar with no regrets or loss. I still keep an ecto cooler box in a drawer like sacred rocks. Just one sip, just one more try.